Everyone, welcome to All About Sewing free online class. In this video I'm going to teach you ant sewing. The materials needed are needle, thread, buttons, automatic threader, and fabric. There are different needle size for different purpose. So sometimes when you're doing hem, you need to choose a very small needle to avoid creating a big hole to your fabric. So for this project I'll be using a small needle. First thing is to thread your needle, and sometimes for needle as small as this you may need automatic threader. It goes in here, you press this out to bring out this little piece, then you take your thread and fix it to this. You just go right on top, it goes in, you release this, then you push this out, then you knot your thread this way. You may want to do that twice to just secure your thread. So as a beginner, I will be teaching you the basic end stitch you need. So first I'll be teaching you the running stitch. So it comes from underneath to just hide your knot that you've got there. So you go forward, like up and down, up and down. You may want to do this a couple of times before removing your needle, so as to have a fast sewing. So this is used mostly when you want to gather fabric. So this way, this is the running stitch. So when you want to gather fabric, all you need to do is just pull this thread to have the gather effect. Next, I'm going to teach you a back stitch. So unlike the running stitch, it comes backward. So instead of just going forward, you need to just come back and go forward. So you come back and go forward. So you come back and go forward. So on the outside it's this way, like a sewing machine stitch, and on the back side you have something like this. So if you have a project and you don't have a sewing machine, a back stitch is very good and strong to do small projects. Next, I'm going to teach you a buttonhole stitch in case your sewing machine doesn't have buttonhole stitch. So you may want to mark where your button ends so that you won't have a longer buttonhole. So you just cut a straight line this way to the point where you marked. Before you secure the buttonhole with a stitch, you just can confirm if it's wide enough to take your button through, so you won't have to adjust after sewing. So for buttonhole, you can just do a whip stitch or a blanket stitch. So you can just go this way, and before this goes in, you can just bring it out this way and very close. Repeat that a couple of times. Very close. Then you repeat that a couple of times to have a neat buttonhole. It's actually faster when you use a sewing machine, but in case you don't have a buttonhole stitch, this works perfectly. So you can just do that all around. So you can see the edges are nicely finished using that stitch. So you may want to check again and see that your button nicely come through. So now sewing the button. I like